Good morning, everyone. This is week 12, which is crazy to me. I can't believe it's almost over. So this short video, and I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible because I don't want to lose you, is going to be all about the major project and some helpful hints on how to solve this, the test review, and more of just a directional based video. At the end of this video, I'll go over the bonus assignment just a little bit. And that's just going to help you if you want to do that and give you an idea of how to manage one of those bonus assignment options. So first things first, I'm showing everyone's grades. Sorry about that. Shouldn't do that. Okay, first things first. All of your PowerPoint slides as well as videos are posted up here under weekly learning. So you know this test that is coming up will be based around week 10. Week 9, week 10, and 11, as well as all of those points right there. And I have a review here for the test, which I'll show you. The test format will be 30 to 40 multiple choice true and false questions and 2 long answer questions that are worth 30 marks. So it's about 60% of the marks are coming from those multiple choice true and false, and 40% are coming from those long answer. The short answer or the multiple choice questions are all based on the PowerPoints, and as you can see, they're based on the servicescapes and all the different senses when we talk about design, feng shui, lighting, color implications, other design implications, so our back of house, all these kind of things. As well, on top of this, we're going to be so you can kind of remove the color options and the feng shui actually. I've removed those. I didn't think they're nearly as important. But the things we will be talking about is back of house layout, lighting. Oh, I already have lighting in there. And relationships to all the different spaces. Sorry about that. Okay. And then we also do a front to back, back to front. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to ask you to walk through each location in the restaurant, starting either from the front door of the restaurant to the front of house or the back door into the back of house, and go through all of those different spots. In each spot, such as receiving, which is one of the first ones, I'm going to ask you, what is that location? What kind of main design functions must that location have? And what is the relation of that location to another place? So after receiving, what should it be close around to? Should that be close to the hotline? Should it be close to the dishwashing station? Should it be close to the dry and cold storage? So those are some of those options. And then I'm going to give you a very poorly designed layout of a restaurant, and what I want you to do is go through there and spot. I don't remember if I asked you for 5 mistakes and the fix, or just 10 mistakes. I think it's 5 mistakes, and what would you do to fix them as well? So go through those, and that is going to be your test. It's not too long of a test. I'll give you 2 hours just in case. There will be a document that will be loaded up with it. So sometime throughout your test, you're going to have to minimize that window and pull up that document. Just be very careful how you do it and make sure you don't exit out of your test. Okay, so that is that. And no, I will not be providing that piece of paper because I want you to watch our videos. So then we also have our major project, which is coming up. Now, I've explained the major project in detail in this video right here. I do not want to go through it again. If you have any questions about certain areas, please ask me. You know what, I'll go through just a couple main points where people always seem to struggle. So, when you are designing this lovely project, first of all, what is going on here? Okay, you need to know that this always happens. Your location is Friday Harbor. In Friday Harbor, you choose one of 3 locations. I provided the locations to you. It is this one, the Promenade, the Beachside, or the Eagles Golf Nest Terrace. When you are doing your costing for your individual menus, please understand that you'll be using this costing. So 28% for the Eagles Nest or the Nature Preserve, 30% for the beach, 35% food cost for the Promenade. Okay, this is because basically there's different costs associated with being in these more busy spaces versus other ones. So what we're going to do here is that when you do your food costing, which is part of your assignment, if something costs $10 to make, you will divide it by 0.35 if you are on Promenade, 0.30 if you are on the beach side, or 0.28 if you are on the nature preserve. Keep that in mind. This is also the project template. Copy and paste and put this into your own document, and as you go through and finish, just erase all the small text and as well as the marking scheme, and now you have this lovely project already formatted for you. Title page, table of contents, executive summary. Don't start with any of these, do it at the end. Concept. So when you are developing your concept, things like color schemes and number of seats and brands and the benefits and the uniqueness of your restaurant is good. Make up a story that sells it. It can be a fake story. It doesn't matter. You can do anything you want. There's no limitations to this. The only reason people lose marks on this area is that you don't include enough information. I need that background. I need something to look at and mark and say, okay, that's fantastic. If you want to include pictures in this, this is a perfect spot in this assignment to include pictures of what you think your concept would look like and feel like. Sometimes it's tough to describe it, so find that picture that has that sustainable green style of restaurant or that Indian golden palace vibe to it and include it, copy and paste it into that area. That's fine, because I know that's not the actual design of what you're doing. You're not saying that's what my restaurant will look like exactly, but that's the feel that you're going for. Please do that. Market, you're pulling this from the market, the Prism segments. It's under assignments, Prism segments, assignment number 1. They're right here. Please don't say baby boomers and old people and college students. That's not going to work. I need 3 target markets, 1 primary, 2 secondary from these segments. Give me the information why. So who are they? What do they do? How much do they make? What do they spend? What do they like to do? And then relate it to why that works for your restaurant. Okay, so it's not just 1, 2, 3, here are my 3 target markets. It's 1, 2, 3, and then these markets work because they all have this common characteristic. You need that connection point. Going back to the major project advertising piece, you may do social media, you may do a flyer. Canva, the same one that Canva, the software that you are using for your menu design, can also be a really good advertising piece. It's all free. It's a PDF. You can download it and save it. It's wonderful. It's easy, and this could work for your particular restaurant. When you are doing your advertising piece, keep in mind the color scheme that you've chosen for your design and also for your menu, right? So if mine's blue, black, and gray, I want my advertising piece to reflect those color schemes and that concept. Layout, you're using Visio. At this point, you should have a fairly good feel for Visio. A couple of pieces of information that might help you. Start with a really big template. So when you go into Visio, and I'm going to open it up and show you, you want to create a large template because you really don't know how big your restaurant's going to be. So what I would do is go through, start your floor plan, create it in US units. So they give you this 90 by 140, and that might be big enough, but that's fairly small restaurant actually by the time you get in all the spaces. So what you can do here is just go to design, go to page setup, and what I might want to do is just go to my drawing scale and make my page size 250 by 150, let's say, or 200. Doesn't really matter, your choice. So this just gives me a better idea of, just gives me more space to work with, right? So I'm not going outside these areas and then you try to make it bigger and then you try to move things, it just gets it messy. And then you want to start bringing in walls. Now you can make these walls as big and small as you want. They have auto connect features, so as you just kind of bring it close, it'll connect for you. And I don't want just a box restaurant. Like, that's not something that maybe will look great. Maybe my restaurant will look a little unique, and it's going to have a bunch of different ways in which that I'm going to develop it. So as an example, I'm kind of making this a little bit, it's not a square, it's not a rectangle, it's just a different size. And what I'm going to do, and I just move this over, I think. Whatever, I can fix that later. So I'm going to put my patio in this little square. I'm going to have the front doors, the bar, the lounge area over here, maybe like a little other smaller dining area over here, and then this will be my back of house, right? So you can make and you can adapt and change, and it doesn't need to be a square or rectangle. I like that they have this room template thing over here, but it's just not needed that much. Okay. So that's the layout. So you're going to create a layout. You want to label everything that needs labeling. Do all the stuff that you've already learned during these in-class assignments and apply it to your own fully functional restaurant with the waiting spaces, the entry to it, the bar, the lounge, different dining options and different seating options, the full kitchen with all its moving parts, as well as a patio. Every place needs patio. And then, of course, you do your layout rationale, which was pretty much your own description of what you've created. All right, so you're going to talk about number of service stations, the seating, the different areas, and often what you do is you can name different areas. You know, lounge area 2, dining room 1, dining room 2, whatever you want to call it. Where the customer flow or how that works. Washrooms, you'll need front of house washrooms and washrooms for your staff, all that stuff. This is fun. I love designing these restaurants and having fun with this. I hope you guys do too. And then finally we get to our menu. So our menu is, you're going to create an actual prototype of that menu. It can be as many pages as it needs to be. Again, you should have some fun with this. You need a minimum of 4 items per general category, and most general categories go appetizers, entrees or mains, and desserts, but it could be appetizers, sandwiches, salads, pizzas, soups, you know, whatever it makes sense for your concept. It's not, every restaurant is a little bit different, but I need at least 3 different categories, and I need at least 4 different items for each one, but you can do more. And I only need you to cost 1 appetizer and 2 what you would consider entrees, or those pizzas or those sandwiches or whatever you have. 2 larger dishes. And then a couple beer items and wine items. LCBO will give you the prices on those. That's the cost. And then you apply your food and beverage. So same thing. If it costs you $2.10 for a bottle of beer, you divide that by 0.28 or 0.3 or 0.35 to get your cost factor. And same thing with wine. You can do glasses of wine or bottles, up to you. And then there's all the supplemental and nutritional and bonus information, which you can add anything you want. Anything that's considered extra that you think that this design project could use, you put it in, I'll give you marks for it. Okay? I'm not limiting the list of bonus options in here. You build it bigger and better, even if your layout rationale is weak, even if your costing is a little weak. I'll give you 100% on this project if you supply that bonus stuff for me. So do it. And that's the assignment right there. So you're going to do a lot of different things. You have to combine this into one document. So what I'm going to recommend for you to do is this lovely tool, and I can search it. It's on most computers. It's called Snipping Tool. Don't use this for cheating. But this is that snipping tool right here. So it's on all computers, mostly just that have like Windows. And I can go new. And so let's say I have a Visio design. So I'm having a hard time putting this Visio design into my project. So you can email me the pieces as well. That kind of works. But then you can also just go a new snip, and I'm just going to highlight that. And there you go. And I can cut or copy. And then go to my project and go to my layout and just paste it in there and size it however I want. If it's too big, too small, whatever. And you know, you can actually cut it out in a couple pieces. So let's say I want to give you a little bit more detail, so I can cut it out and say, okay, I'm going to send the bar area first, and then I'm going to send the other area after that. It doesn't, it's up to you as far as what you want to do there. It just needs to be on one document to upload it. So same thing with your menu. You can, once it's done, you can use that snipping tool and just kind of cut and put it in there. I will be using Turnitin. Do not snip anything from online. Do not insert a graphic other than like those pictures you might find for your concept. But if you're using it for your menu, if you're using it for your layout, it will be found and you will get 0 and a plagiarism. Just leave it empty. Just if you can't get it done, leave it blank. Honestly, it's a better way of going than trying to fabricate something that's not yours. Because people can pass this course. So many people have failed this course over my years teaching it, not because they failed traditionally by submitting assignments that failed, but they failed by plagiarism. Way more failures for plagiarism ever than just failing naturally. Think about that one. Okay, so that'll give you an idea of what's going on for your major assignment. You have labs open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and those will continue Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the next couple of weeks. On the very last week of school, I'll open it through Monday to Friday at a time. I don't know when the availability will be, but you'll get those invites in your email. And then the final thing I will mention before I leave you, and I'm sorry if it feels rushed, I know 30-minute videos, when you guys see them, you don't want to watch it all. So the assignment, bonus assignment, super cool bonus assignment. I know many of us are, this is all food and beverage based, but many of us enjoy the accommodation side of things. And we want to know, okay, how do I use these skills in the accommodation world? So what this assignment is, and I'll just pull it over here. Okay. No, it's on assignment 6, sorry. Bonus assignment. What this assignment is, and there's no templates for it. I'm not supplying that for you, but I give you an idea of exactly what you want to make. Is 4 different options for you to submit by the end of the semester. So December 17th by 5 p.m., that's the only time that you need to do this. There's 4 different options, one of which is a pool and fitness area for a larger hotel. Now we have templates that give you all of that, right? So there's so many different templates. They have workout equipment, they have pools, they have stairs. The change rooms are all the bathroom units, jacuzzi, steam rooms, saunas. Like all you got to do is make a room, put a couple benches in it, and now it's a sauna or a steam room. So these are all options. It's super cool, and these are the stencils that you would need at the minimum. And they're in there. Next one is a lobby and front desk area. So again, the first one I say use at least 80 feet by 80 feet. That'll give you a fair size pool and workout area. 60 feet by 60 feet for a lobby and front desk area. So I tell you all the things that you might need to use. Vestibule, seating, just like fountains and plants and things, other things like that you see in lobbies. Front desk area with 3 check-in stations, area behind the front desk for an office or workstations, maybe a small guest washroom. And then you can also, these are the stencils that you would use. Recreation area outside a hotel. I like this one the most. It is the largest space, but it's all like open fields. So, it's not actually that much work. 300 feet by 300 feet. But now what you're going to do is that we have all this recreation area, outdoor activities, rivers, lakes, park benches, stuff like that, board games, yoga, maybe like a little yoga pavilion. These are areas that you can make outside of your hotel. So you're going to use this design software to make the green space that the hotel would sit on, because that's just as much an attraction as what's inside the hotel, going more. And then, of course, you can do a boutique hotel floor block. So this is 4 to 8 rooms. We're going boutique, so we're going a room block with multiple rooms with a common space in the middle. So you'll see this is pretty popular, where they have this common space where all people staying can use this common, it might be not a washroom, but it might be like a little kitchenette, it might be some seating areas, TV, a pool table, whatever. And then they have their own individual rooms. So you have to make furniture and fill the rooms up. Sorry, it's actually 4 to 8 room spaces. I changed it up here, but I didn't down here. They can be empty, but should represent appropriate size needed. And I'm looking for that common space built. So a common space, but then also how the rooms would attach to it. You have fireplaces, plants, maybe a couple bars, elevators, and stairwells, so how they get up. And then this is what you would use for that. And then I've just supplied a couple little graphics to give you an idea of what you are doing. Okay? So floor plans, lobbies, workout area, facility, and a green space. So that'll definitely help you with what this assignment's all about. I wish you luck. Email me if you have questions. This particular one, December 17th, 5 p.m. Final assignment, December 17th, 5 p.m. Good luck. Test next week, which is December 10th. At 1 p.m. will be your test. It'll open from 1 until 4. You'll have 2 hours to complete it. At 4 p.m. it closes down even if you haven't used your full 2 hours. Okay, so you'll start it somewhere within that period of time, and that'll open up, and there'll be announcements and stuff like that for you as well. Okay, so long, farewell. Email me if you have questions. Bye.